Hello, hello, Year 6 artists. It's lesson 2 of your drawing skills work inspired by Greek myths, and we're looking at Pandora's box. Today we're going to use a pen to draw with. You can use any sort of pen. If you've got a biro, use a biro. It doesn't have to be a black pen. I've got here a drawing pen. I love drawing in biro. But my daughter had nicked mine, so I'm using this drawing pen. And the idea is we're going to look at something called cross-hatching, which is how you shade with pen. So I'm just doing a circle here, not a very good one, but it's there. And I'm just showing you by putting in some lines and then cross-hatching, we can begin to make it look three-dimensional. We can begin to add shading to it. And the closer those lines are together, the darker the shading is. So you go one way and then you could go across, or you could go diagonally, and you can keep building up those lines going in different directions over each other to get them darker and darker. So we're going to have a go at using this part of Rossetti's 1869 version of Pandora, the hot one, the reds and things, and we're going to just use these hands as reference. So I am not really interested in how great the actual drawing is. I'm interested in the shading done with cross-hatching. And I'll tell you, for one, this was a stinker for me. I lost concentration because there was other things going on in my house while I was doing this, and I messed up. I thought the finger at the end of this hand was a thumb. I completely misread it, and I made a mistake, and it looked wrong, and I knew it was wrong. But I was really thinking about stopping the film and starting all over again. And I suddenly thought, hang on, if I was in your class and one of you said to me, oh, I've done it wrong, I would have said, draw over it. It's only because this is going to be on film forever and ever and ever on the internet that I think, oh no, I've made a mistake. But who cares? It doesn't matter. We're using pen, which means we can't cover up our mistakes as easy. And that's fine. It doesn't matter at all. As I say, I'm really not interested in the drawing. I'm interested in the shading with the cross-hatching. So if I'm brave enough to let a mistake go on the internet forever and ever, you can be brave enough if you make a mistake today with your drawing. If you haven't got this worksheet, of course you can just do it on paper and copy this picture, which you'll see on your dojo. And there you go. I've just got the basic shapes in of the hand, the box, I've got the smoke, and I'm starting now my cross-hatching. I'm looking at the dark areas, the really dark areas. I'm doing much more lines. This is not colouring in. At no point am I colouring in with my pen. It is all done with these lines. Where it is darker, we put more lines going in more directions. And closer together. Where it's lighter, we just put a few lines. On these jewels, I left some bits white because there were some shiny bits. And I just wanted to get a bit of shading in here, but only to contrast behind it where it was much, much darker. Can you see? That's much darker now because I went one way, I went another way, and I actually went diagonally as well. So all those really dark bits. Keep looking back to the picture of the hands by Rossetti, so you can keep seeing where is it darkest, where is it lightest, where should I leave. I'm not going to do very much on the top of the hand because that's very pale. I could do some more, but I'm more interested in the background. Look here how I've done around the arm because it's rounded like there, but very light. We've got those big gaps between the lines there. And so just a bit of shading there with cross-hatching. And that's about it, really. I'm coming to an end for my one. Bit more up here. So remember, lines going one way, then another. That's what cross-hatching is. It can be like checkers. It can be diagonal. You can do more in different directions. Sometimes you'll want the lines very, very close together. Sometimes you'll want to leave them much more spaced out. So let's just have a look at a bit of detail on here. You can see I've got some real differences in the shades. None of this is coloured. It is purely cross-hatched, all of it. I don't want to see any colouring in with that pen. Now, if you finish early, I've got another little exercise you can do. This is where you're mind mapping evils. If you remember, it was evils that came out of Pandora's box, all the evils in the world. The only thing that was left behind was hope, which is, thank goodness, that was left behind, because we all need a bit of hope at the moment. So you just start mind mapping evils. I've put here the word war. I think war's an evil thing, so I've put that on there. That would go on my mind map. What are we doing now? Hatred, definitely an evil. Racism's an evil. Greed, selfishness. I think billionaires, that's a very selfish thing, isn't it? Who needs that much money when there's people who are starving? Oh, starvation, there you go. That's an evil. And hunger, maybe being addicted to drugs. I don't know, there's so many things that you could do. COVID could be thought of as an evil, or people not being sensible during COVID could be an evil. Just mind map and fill up your page. You're going to need this for later into the next term, when we're going to be making our own modern day version of Pandora, using all the skills we've been learning. If you want to colour this in, if you've got time, you can colour this in, make it look fancy. But again, this is really more about the ideas this half term, ready for next half term. Make sure you write your names on everything, because it's all going to be used. Have fun today, everybody. Bye.